I'm Pastor Rick, and this is Straight Talk on Scripture. And what I want to talk about today is this. Have you ever thought about your relationship with God? What makes some people special in God's eyes? And what makes some people, let's say, not as special? We know that there were certain people like David and Moses and Abraham that God looked upon with great favor. In fact, Abraham, he referred to as his friend. What did Abraham do to get to that place where God considered him a friend? Well, let me explain. You see, there are different levels in our relationship with God. All of us that are Christians are children of God. As we mature, we reach a level where we're referred to as the Son of God. But there's a higher place, and that's what God referred to Abraham as. He called Abraham his friend. And how do you become a friend of God? And I'm going to tell you. You see, it's a simple thing, as most things with God are. It's just not easy. It requires something on our part. But let's look at how Abraham became a friend of God. You see, most of us live our lives and we think of God, many of us think of God often, but we really don't think where our relationship with God, what the status is. And here's the principle. You see, to become God's friend, you have to be in a place where you have totally showed him that you totally trust him, that he can trust you, that you've surrendered to him, and not out of fear, but out of love. You see, God will request one important thing from us as we walk with him, if we want to be his friend. He will request the one thing that we feel that without it, we have no significance. You see, with Abraham, it was his son Isaac. His son Isaac, he had other children, but his son Isaac was the son of promise. You see, without Isaac, all the prophetic promises that God made to Abraham could not happen. He would not be the father of many nations. None of that would have happened without Isaac. And so when Abraham was willing to give Isaac back to God, what God said to Abraham is, now that you've done that, now I know that I can trust you. Now I know that you love me, that you're my friend. And, you know, it's not that God is going to take something from us, but God always wants to know, especially if we're going to become his friend, he wants to know that we love him more than whatever. And once we pass that test, we enter into another realm of relationship. We go from a child to a son or daughter to friend. And that's a great place to be. I myself have faced that several times where God has required from me something that I felt that I couldn't do without. And as I surrendered in love and said, God, you can have it, and I'll still love you and I'll still serve you, I became a friend of God's. And that's a place where when you attain that, you have such peace, you have such an understanding of things get put in total balance and perspective in your mind. And well, I hope I've given you something to think about. I'm Pastor Rick. Remember, with Jesus, there's always hope, there's always love. God bless you. I'll see you soon.